Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is 7 p.m. in Obala subdivision. Welcome to our 7 p.m. newscast on Info TV. Today, our top story. The population of Twi subdivision during a ceremony presided over by the Minister of Trade, Luke Magrambalga Atangana, handed over cash bonuses to cocoa farmer for the year 2020 to 2022 cocoa season. This recognition of their hard work will go a long way to assist them in the preparation for the 2025-2026 academic year. Despite of significant progress improving textbooks availability and affordability in Cameroon, some textbooks are still lacking in the market. Visiting the central market in Yaoundé, our reporter Mimi Tiobo met with some booksellers and parents. Those are our top story. We begin our broadcasting tonight with rural economic. The population of Twi during a ceremony presided over by the Minister of Trade, Luke Magrambalga Atangana, handed over cash bonus to cocoa farmers for the year 2020 to 2022 cocoa seasons. These recognitions of their hard work will help them to assist them in the preparation of the 2025-2026 academic year. More details with Philip Enchi.
With chants of celebration, the population of Biatsota village in the Twi subdivision, Mbamankim Division Center region, turn out in their numbers to receive the Minister of Trade, Luke Magrambalga Atangana, on August 25, 2025, in a ceremony awarding 207 million francs CFA prizes of quality cocoa beans to farmers in the division during the 2020-2021 and 2021-2022 cocoa seasons. The ceremony brings together 6 common initiative groups, 55 farmers agricultural organizations, and 4,400 beneficiaries. A population that is now financially stable is witnessing low cost of living with a high remuneration thanks to the increase in cocoa prices, which now stands at over 5,000 francs per kilogram in the just ended 2024-2025 cocoa season as compared to the 700 francs per kilogram in the year 2015 and 2016. This soar in prices is due to the government policy in upgrading the quality of cocoa beans through a series of agricultural programs and incentives granted to farmers. The population of Twi, Mbangasina, and Goro are benefiting from the fruits of their labor.
It was a ceremony for the payment of premium to the best producer. Of course, but it was also the opportunity to launch an appeal to the youth to tell them that indeed the future is in the production of course, cocoa, but not only cocoa. The future is in our campaign, not in the cities. You can produce and have a better living condition as producer, more than civil servant. So it's this is the future.
With 180 billion, 600 million francs CFA received in the year 2025 as proceeds from sales, with an additional premium amounting to 207 million francs CFA, Mbamankim Division is the future of cocoa production and a beneficiary of President Paul Biya's agenda of providing economic independence in the country.
Cameroon, as you know, now is the best one in the world in cocoa sector. We have already the price of the beans and the premium 270 millions of francs CFA paid in addition of the price. Excellent news for the producer.
The mayor of Twi, with joy and satisfaction, reiterates the municipality's commitment in supporting President Paul Biya in the upcoming presidential election.
Monsieur le ministre et chers camarades,
Mr. Minister and dear comrade, cocoa farmers in Twi, men and women, are not ready to take any risk in the upcoming presidential election. They know what they are supposed to do. President Paul Biya is the lone candidate to be voted during the upcoming presidential election. He is the only choice and risk that the farmers and the people of Twi have decided to take, so Twi can benefit from his generosity. Members of the 6 common initiative groups in the municipality expresses their satisfaction and unending support to the head of state.
Aujourd'hui, nous sommes en fête.
Today we are celebrating. This is actually a celebration for us farmers. The minister came here to offer us our bonuses from the previous years. We are really flattered by this gesture of the president, seeing the development brought about by the president of the republic, President Paul Biya, to us in Twi. On behalf of all producers and the entire population, we are behind the CPDM party. The ceremony was graced by administrative authorities. The prizes awarded to farmers will go a long way to support the 2025-2026 back-to-school preparation while improving their living condition. The minister proceeded with his working visit to the Obala municipality.
Still in a rural area, cocoa farmer from Bam Inubu division gathered at the cooperative hall to receive 81 million francs as cocoa bonuses, thanks for their hard working and high productivity of cocoa beans. It was an opportunity to them to declare their support, the unwavering support to President Paul Biya for the upcoming election. The ceremony was presided over by the Minister of Trade, Luc Magloire Barga Atangana. More details once more with Philip Eshi.
In a walking visit by the Minister of Trade, Luc Magloire Barga Atangana, on August 26, 2025, in the Makenene subdivision, Mbam and Inubu division center region, cocoa farmers in the subdivision turned out massively to receive the sum of 35 million francs CFA as cocoa financial bonuses for the year 2020, 2021, and 2022, while distributing the sum of 81 million francs CFA to farmers in the Mbam and Inubu division. After benefiting from a direct sale of cocoa in the division amounting to 103 billion francs CFA during the 2024-2025 season, with over 5,000 francs CFA per kilogram of cocoa, as compared to 1,000 francs in the past years, satisfaction and joy remains the lone word. Over the years, the farmers in Makenene adopted traditional method in drying the cocoa beans, preventing them from acquiring quality cocoa beans at the end of the season. With the intervention of the government providing modern equipment so as to better dispose of their cocoa beans to the sun, the people are now proud of producing quality cocoa beans, migrating from smoked to golden cocoa, which are now in high demand at the international market.
It's just to tell them that the cocoa of Cameroon has a bright future. People are coming from many places in the world. The world market is on the needs of Cameroon because they need our cocoa. And at the same time, we have developed a local, national market. Local processing is 50% of our production. It means that the producer has a choice between selling for export or selling locally.
Financially stable, coupled with the bonuses at their disposal, the farmers in Makenene are conscious of their obligation.
It is now the one in the center of the game. This is very important. It is important for them to take conscience of it. They are the main player of that game now. It means that they will win more if they are well organized. I think that the population have sent the message. They support President Paul Biya. They need President Paul Biya to continue.
The mayor of Makenene reaffirmed the municipality's support to President Paul Biya. Mr. Minister, the people of Makenene are grateful to the head of state, President Paul Biya, for making this possible. The people reaffirmed their unconditional support to President Paul Biya in the upcoming presidential election. The farmers' representative could not hide his satisfaction. Mr. Minister, I take the responsibility on behalf of the farmers. We want you to transmit to the head of state, President Paul Biya, our plea for him to continue working towards this direction in ameliorating our living condition. And we want him to count on us for a victory in the upcoming October 12th presidential election. Beneficiaries of this year's bonus seize this opportunity to appreciate President Paul Biya for such a gift, as it will go a long way to help prepare the children for the upcoming academic year. The bonus we are receiving presently is very important to us, given that we are preparing for the 2025-2026 academic year for our children. It is going to help us pay our children's school fees, buy books, and more. A ceremony attended by administrative authorities and stakeholders proved successful. The farmers are now conscious of their financial situation and political obligations as they continue to benefit from the fruits of their labor, thanks to President Paul Biya's 2020-2030 National Development Strategy aiming to alleviate poverty in Cameroon.
Congratulations to the Minister of Trade, Luc Magram Barga Atangana. Beyond the bustle of supply, despite of significant progress improving textbooks availability and affordability in Cameroon, some books remains lacking on in the market. But our visitor and our reporter, Mimi Tobo, exchanged with some jailers and some parents, according to the news. Mimi reports from the Central Market.
The 2025-2026 back-to-school year in Cameroon is just around the corner. Unfortunately, textbooks are already available in the market. According to the official textbook list released by the Minister of Basic Education in April 2025, parents are expecting to pay similar prices for textbooks as they did in the 2024-2025 school year.
Some workbooks like workbook maths CM1 from Francophone section, which is lacking with workbook math from CE2 Francophone section 2. In Anglophone section we have workbook French class 5, which is lacking also. And for secondary school, I think that there is all the books are there. Only the newcomers book like history and geography.
Despite significant progress in improving textbooks availability and affordability in Cameroon, some textbooks are still lacking in the market.
All the books are available. Mathematics books, English books, French books, and the price is very cheap. For example, mathematics books we are selling from the price is 5,000 francs.
However, the demand for textbook remains high, particularly for essential subjects like French, English, and mathematics. Some parents prefer book swapping, which can help reduce costs. I changed it because the new textbooks are a little bit expensive and I have more children, so I need to economize. Nevertheless, Cameroonian government is doing everything possible to ensure the availability of all these textbooks in the market at affordable prices.
As the back-to-school season approaches, parents are facing a crucial decisions by choosing the right school for their children. This decision is often influenced by various factors, including academy, reputation, safety, and value. In the following report, Agnes Aout tells us why parents choose the right school for their children. Her details.
One of the primary considerations for parents when choosing a school for their kids is the academic reputation of the school. Parents want their children to receive a high-quality education that prepares them for the future.
Choosing the school I want to send my child to is where my child can get the best education, and also where I can be free, or where I can go anytime, at any time to take my child.
School safety is another critical factor that influences parents' decisions when choosing a school for their children. They also prefer schools that are conveniently located or easily accessible.
I look for a school which is nearby to also reduce the risks, because I don't want the child to go too far. I want the child to be close to the house so I can actually have an eye on the child.
Some parents choose schools that align with their family's values and philosophy. The criteria varies for many parents. It depends at times on the proximity, sometimes being private or public. But personally, I don't have a choice because I had already been influenced in Catholic education. Ultimately, the right school choice can have a lasting impact on a child's academic, personal, and professional development.
Coming back on political interest, the Electoral Board held its fifth 33 session in Yaoundé under the chairmanship of the Director General of Election Cameroon, Dr. Eno Abrahams Egbe, this August 26, 2025. The meeting aimed to access and strengthen preparation for the October 12th presidential election. More details with Beshen Shinto.
With just weeks to the polls, the Electoral Board has met in Yaoundé for its fifth session, sharpening strategies to ensure a transparent and credible presidential. The session, chaired in accordance with legal provisions, featured a comprehensive update from the President of Elections Cameroon, Dr. Eno Abrahams Egbe, on the state of preparedness for the polls.
During this very important period, we are expected to meet as often as necessary, at least once every fortnight, in accordance with Section 19 of the Electoral Code. Our session of today shall principally be devoted to the evaluation of the progress report of the Director General of Elections on the state of preparedness for the upcoming presidential election.
Key items included the supervision of preparatory operations nationwide, a planned mission of board members to the diaspora, and the organization of the 8th National Consultation Forum with stakeholders of the electoral process.
This report is essential, for it provides us with a clear and comprehensive picture of where we are, what has been achieved so far, and what is the way forward. It also serves as a baseline for our deliberations, to which we make the adjustments that may deem necessary as we approach the decisive stages of this crucial election. In addition, we shall examine the terms of reference for the next field trip of the members of the Electoral Board to the regional branches, aimed at carrying out proximity controls and verifications of the election materials dispatched in the field, assess the political and socio-political environment as well as the state of mind of our field collaborators.
By adopting these strategic measures, the Electoral Board reaffirmed its determination to ensure that the upcoming presidential election is conducted with credibility, transparency, and the confidence of all stakeholders, because the legitimacy of democracy depends on the trust of the people.
Still in the same vein, few weeks to the presidential election, hundreds voters' cards remains unclaimed at the election branches in Yaoundé, thought the atmospheres, the cards and spouse. Citizens continued to stream daily to collect their cards, but some report that the unavailability for voters' cards remains at the election branches. More reports with Jessica Diu.
As the countdown to the presidential election fast approaches, thousands of voters' cards at the Yaoundé 3 Council branch and other election branches remain unclaimed, with only slow trickle of citizens coming forward to claim them. Frustration is shared by voters as delays in the availability of voters' cards continue to raise doubt about whether every citizen will have their card in hand before election day. I came to withdraw my voter's card and my card reader. Upon arrival, they took my receipt. And said I should come at 3 p.m. They searched extensively but could not find my card. I was told to come back in September because my card is not yet available. Even if the card is delayed, I will still exercise my right to vote. I will use the receipt if necessary. We want change and we want to vote now. No matter the obstacles, I am determined to make my voice heard. I made my electoral card at the barrier, but I still haven't received it. I was told to return between September 7th and 8th to collect it. Citizens continue to hope for a peaceful and transparent election, while many are yet to collect their voting cards. God should grant us good health so that elections can be held in peace. May we remain strong so that we can face this important moment together as a nation. We want the election to proceed smoothly. We pray for peace and hope there will be no violence. We wish for calm and fair process for everyone. However, many remain hopeful that the voters' cards will be timely distributed ahead of the October 12th presidential election. While intending to exercise their right to vote, many have been expressive over their wish for a peaceful and mostly transparent election.
Let us move to the South region in the seaside of Kribi, where a pivotal meeting held, marking a significant moment for the CPDM militants as they prepare to support the presidential candidate, President Paul Biya, for the upcoming election. The meeting, led by Jules Dorendongo, permanent delegate of the Central Committee of Ocean Divisions, focused on the strengthening the party's strategy planning for a successful election. Report from Agnes Aout.
As the official launch of the electoral campaign for the upcoming elections on October 12 approaches, representatives of CPDM in the Ocean Division convened a strategic meeting in Kribi on August 24, 2025. This important meeting, presided by the permanent delegate of the Central Committee for the Ocean Division and the Minister of Forestry and Wildlife, aimed to unify the members of the party of the flame around the shared vision of success. Key topics discussed included the mobilization of financial resources, the formulation of an effective communication strategy, and the anticipation of potential challenges. These discussions enabled the party's elites to identify their objectives for the upcoming election and to coordinate efforts to achieve them. If nothing is needed, it will continue in the sections, and we think that from time to time we will have meeting points to evaluate the situation. What is certain is that we are in a battlefield and ready not to give gifts to the opponent for an overwhelming victory, as long as there is no good discussion afterwards about who won and how he won. This strategic gathering is viewed as a pivotal moment in preparation for the mega meeting of the CPDM, which symbolizes the party's unity and determination to secure victory in the presidential election with the party's candidate, Paul Biya. Jules Dorendongo, in his capacity as representative of the Central Committee for the party in the Ocean Division, took significant steps to inspire confidence among party members regarding their anticipated triumph come October 12, 2025.
From service dogs to household pets, International Dogs Day is celebrated annually on August 26. It is a global event founded by animal advocacy Paige Collins in 2004 to honor dogs and promote pet adoptions. Mildred Fonge reports on the relationship between the animals and the domestic animals. Her details.
The aim of the International Dog Day, observed on August 26th, is to recognize the importance of dogs in people's lives, raising awareness for the plight of rescue dogs, and encourage people to adopt it. The day also recognizes the vital role dogs play, such as assisting the disabled, working with law enforcement, and providing comfort. Due to their long association with humans, dogs have been considered one of the most loved domesticated animals over the years. For all animals to feel good, the animal does not need to be stressed. This means we don't have to violate animals. We need to give them food and water to drink, and also the liberty to feel free with its type, be it animals belonging to neighbors or others.
The first exercise.
The bond between dogs and humans have grown stronger over time. We don't need to hurt an animal or brutalize it for it to behave well, and taking good care of animals is something which strengthens the bond with humans. When animals are well taken care of, they naturally turn to like their caretakers. And this goes right to when an animal is slaughtered, because when you look at the quality of the meat when an animal is mistreated, it is not the same. On this day, dog owners acknowledge the wonderful and valuable roles their pets play and give them something special as they deserve.
In necrology, Emeritus Governor and Regional Councillor Jules Marcelin Jaga was laid in rest on August 23, 2025 in his native village Monatele Leke Division. The funeral held with the officials' honor from President Paul Biya brought together dignitary relatives and friends in a bid to farewell and to devote a servant of the state. More details with Patient Shinto.
The ceremonial ground of Monatele in the Leke Division, Center Region, was filled with thousands of mourners on August 23, 2025, as Emeritus Governor and Regional Councillor Jules Marcelin Jaga was laid to rest during an official funeral organized in his honor. The solemn ceremony, attended by administrative, political, traditional, and religious authorities, reflected the grief of a nation bidding farewell to a man remembered as a model of humility, service, and dedication to the state.
À ses frères et sœurs, je voudrais leur dire que comme votre frère avait une famille.
To his brothers and sisters, I just want to tell you that as your brother found a family with the Etudis, my place of origin, so do we have a place with us. He was more than a friend, and I will always see it that way. Know that you are protected by a father who is me.
From the podium, family members pledged to continue providing comfort and unity within the household he left behind, while colleagues record the landmark moments in the history of the Leke Division they had shared with him. The tribute described him as an exemplary leader whose passing leaves an irreplaceable void.
He was a man always ready to listen and give others a chance to express themselves, making everyone around him feel comfortable. Now that you are gone ahead, watch over us and intercede on our behalf. Papa, you are our hero and pride. Your mission on this earth is accomplished. Go in peace and rest in the Lord.
Va en paix et repose-toi désormais.
Delivering the homily, the Bishop of Obala, Monseigneur Sosten Leopold Bayemi, urged Christians to cultivate humility, echoing the message of the scriptures. If we live for the Lord. If we die for the Lord. He described Njaga as a man of faith, action, and service whose life was crowned by the Isani dance of triumph, a symbolic celebration of his earthly achievements.
With his passing on, I feel touched because he spent most of his life in service. Jules, my brother, my friend, my mate, you fought a good fight, and God Almighty will for sure receive you in his bosom.
On behalf of the head of state, President Paul Biya, the senior divisional officer of the Lekier, Patrick Simo Kamsu, conveyed the nation's condolences, mourning the loss of a senior civil servant who devoted his career to public service. Njaga was also posthumously honored for his loyal and meritorious service to the nation.
Mr. Jagajul Marcelin, on behalf of the head of state and with the powers vested upon me, I posthumously honor you with the commander of the Cameroon Order of Merit.
A graduate of the National School of Administration and Magistracy, ENAM, in 1983, Njaga served as Assistant Senior Divisional Officer in several divisions across Cameroon, and later as Governor of the South Region from 2010 to 2015. At the time of his death on June 29, following an illness, he was Regional Councillor and Treasurer of the Centre Regional Council. He leaves behind his mother, his widow, and several children. As Cameroon bid him farewell, prayers rose from every corner of the nation, seeking eternal rest for the soul of a man whose legacy was one of faith, humility, and service.
Rest in peace, devoted servant Jules Marcelin Njaga. Turning our attention beyond national borders, Nigeria recorded the deadly childbirth crisis in the country, while in Spain, wildfires plundered churches reduced into arches. Finally, in Gaza, food aid stalled short. Tonight's headlines capture the toll of country conflict, disaster, and survival across the three continents. Jessica Diu painted a picture. Her report.
In northeast Nigeria, women face one of the world's highest risks of dying in childbirth. Persistent insecurity and a collapsing healthcare system have pushed essential care further out of reach, leaving mothers with limited access to medical services. In Borno State, where Boko Haram militants carry out near-daily attacks, clinics have been destroyed, doctors are in short supply, and many towns have become heavily militarized. And out of the country, a church has been reduced to ashes as wildfires sweep through San Vicente in northern Spain. Firefighters battled multiple blazes early this Monday in Leon and Asturias, where shifting winds forced emergency crews to act quickly as flames neared Genetuso. Authorities say more than 100 hectares have been destroyed in Leon alone, with damages estimated at around 1 billion, making Spain's worst fire season on record. Still in world news, children are scrambling for scarce food in Gaza as international airdrops prove insufficient. Military planes have been releasing pallets weighing up to a ton, but the supplies fall short of what truck convoys can deliver. Footage shows people rushing to grab packages, some landing on rooftops, while children pick up beans spilling from broken boxes. Locals describe the airdrops as humiliating, and aid agencies warn they are unsafe in crowded areas and fail to reach those most in need.
By following international news, Cameroon connects local reality to global dynamic. The recap of the top story. The population of Tui subdivision during a ceremony presided over by the Minister of Trade, Luc Magloire Balga Atangana, handed over cash bonuses to cocoa farmers for the year 2020 to 2022 cocoa season. This recognition of their hard work will go a long way to assist them in preparation of the 2025-2026 academic year. Despite of significant progress improving textbook availability and affordability in Cameroon, some textbooks are still lacking in the market. Visiting the central market in Yaoundé, our reporter Mimi Tiobo met with some booksellers and parents. Dear viewers, follow up our incredible 8 p.m. newscast in French language with Claudia Sa. Stay blessed and good night.